Good morning, students. How are you? This is the 12th video of the chapter Print Culture and the Modern World. And in this video, we'll do a quick revision of the entire chapter through flowchart, through the help of flowchart. And after going through this flowchart, the entire chapter will be under your command. So here, you have to understand that print culture started from China. And China was a great contributor. It contributed paper also to the world. So it contributed print culture to the world. Print became very popular in China because woodblock technology was introduced and rubbing technology was introduced in China at that time. So this is how the print became very popular and important in China. One more reason was there. It was the bureaucratic regime, and because of that, the print became much popular. Because the king was there and he was in the requirement of many bureaucrats. So in order to pass the examination of bureaucracy, most aspirants were working very hard and they demanded publication of more and more books. So this is how, because of bureaucratic setup or because of bureaucratic demand, the number of books increased or the print increased in China. Thereafter, it reached to Japan as well as to Europe. So here you can see in the diagram, from China it reached to Japan also, and from China it reached to Europe also. Now, first of all, we are going to discuss about Japan. So when the print culture reached Japan, it was brought by Buddhist missionary from China. And here they wrote a very old book, Diamond Sutra. That is very, very important. So in the Japan, the books became very popular. The print material became very popular. After some time, visuals were also added in printing materials. As we know that Japanese are very good in technology. So at that time also Japanese were very good in innovation. And that is why Japanese added some visuals not only in the books but also in the different materials like playing cards, like curtains. Now, after that we are going to discuss that what was the impact of print culture on Europe. So you have to understand that first of all, the woodblock technology or rubbing technology was imported in Italy by Marco Polo. And after that, the print became very popular among European society. Booksellers, they had various scribes. They were the handwriters. So booksellers, they appointed various scribes, and the scribes were copying the materials, were copying the printing materials. So it was a very hectic task. It was a very difficult task because at the time the books were written with the help of hand and it was stamped as manuscript. So after that, we'll have to understand that what was the demerit of manuscript. So although the books were written with the help of scribes, the books were copied at the time, but the manuscript was very costly, very expensive. Apart from that, it was very difficult to carry it. Now, after some time, the invention took place in Germany, and Gutenberg, he invented a mechanical print. So once he invented the mechanical print, it revolutionized the European society. Now, books became available all across the country, all across the continent, because of the introduction of printing press only, mechanical print only, and it created a great revolution. After that, it became very popular among the masses. It created awareness regarding the book. Now, oral culture and print culture also came together because now it was possible to print and to narrate the stories through the help of. So we saw with the help of print material, the whole society got revolutionized. After that, the printing press After that, the printing press, it created more magic in European society. And reading mania was created. Reading mania means obsession for the book, obsession for the printed book. So reading mania was created and it targeted the different segments of society. Not only the elite class were targeted, but the lower class was equally targeted. So here in the reading mania, a reading mania was created. After that, obsession was created for the, or madness was created for the book. And books became available all across the continent. Books became very popular. In 19th century, situation changed little bit more with the coming of literacy, with the increasing rate of literacy in Europe. Now, demand for books increased. Demand for books increased, and now in the 19th century, new readers were there, new targets were there. Children, women, and workers. They became the new target of print culture. Before that, the book was confined only in the hand of elite. After that, it came to the middle class, to merchants, traders, and after that, it was released to the workers as well as women. But children were not there. But because of the literacy increase in literacy rate, or because of the increase in primary education, the children also got the opportunity to read more and more books. And this is how books became very popular among the children. Here, one thing you have to understand, that when print culture was introduced in Europe, initially it was not accepted. We saw so many good points, that it created revolution, it created obsession, it created literacy also, and it gave information as well as it entertained the society, European society. But here, one problem was also there. In the initial phase, when the books were introduced, when the print culture was introduced, it created controversy also in the European society. Religious debates were created. We discussed about the Protestant Reformation led by Martin Luther. So Martin Luther, with the help of print only, he challenged the old customs. He challenged the orthodoxy that was practiced in European society. He challenged the church that was present at the time, Roman Catholic Church. And he put forward his own innovative ideas. So religious debate started in Europe with the introduction of print. So that was the negative side, or that was the dark side of the print, you can tell. That was the dark side of the, apart from that, all the sides were very bright. Now, as I told you that print culture started from China, and after that it reached Europe and Japan. Now, from Europe, it reached to India. As India was a part of Britain, it was a colony of Britain, so ultimately it got affected. But don't think that before Britishers, the writing was not going there. Even in the 5th century, 7th century, and 12th century or 13th century, the writing was going on with the help of different feathers of different birds. Different inks were invented in India from the flowers, from the natural resources, and they were used to write the books with the help of hand. So I mean to say that manuscript was very popular in India before the introduction of print culture by Britishers. So manuscripts were there, but as the problem was there in the European society, the same type of problem was there in Indian society also regarding the manuscript. It was very difficult to carry, it was not portable, it was expensive, the copying task was very difficult. Now, so manuscript, here it is written manuscript. So you have to understand that in India, the role of manuscript was there. But after that, with the introduction of European print that came from China, the revolution started and a new world of print was created. A new world of print was created here. And when the print was introduced in India, it created different impact on different segments of society. Initially, when it was introduced, it created religious tension. It created tension among the Hindus as well as Muslims, because two important major groups were there at that time. So both the groups thought that it was a direct attack on their religious belief. Because with the coming of the book, religious reforms started. With the coming of the printed materials, religious reforms started, and it created much criticism in the Indian society. But finally, But finally, religious reforms took place and new ideas were written through the books. And this is how the society got convinced about the new ideas, about the modern innovative ideas. Now next to this is the women. So we already discussed that women got affected by the print, and print gave them power to raise their voice against the society, against the atrocity, against their problem. So this is how the women became very alert and very orative, and they discussed their problems through the help of books. Many novelists, many women novelists came forward and they wrote about the problems, they wrote about the challenges of women through their books, like Jane Austen, Bronte sisters. They wrote all the problems of women through their books. Similarly, in India also, in India it was going on in India only. In India, many other women were also there, like Rajchandra Devi. She wrote about her problem in her autobiography, Amar Jeevan, and she tried to convince to the women that we can solve our problems by our own. So this is how women created revolution. It created a new type of revolution in the society, and it put forwarded to the different segments of society also. Now after that, last topic is censorship. So what was inside the censorship? As I told you that the book had the potential to create deep impact in the society. So at the time when the Britishers were ruling there, it was a very difficult task to write something about the Britishers. But finally, many writers, many publishers took this responsibility and they wrote the reality about the British rule through their books. And that is why when the Britishers came, they imposed restrictions on the local newspapers through Vernacular Press Act that was passed in 1878. And through that imposition of censorship, many vernacular presses were banned, restricted or censored. But Indians were not ready to surrender at that time. Many nationalists like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, he came forward and he wrote the atrocities of the Britishers or conspiracy of the Britishers in his writing through the book, through the magazine Maratha and Kesari. So this is how the books challenged the British regime. So you can understand the book had the potential to challenge the entire regime. Initially we discussed about China, we discussed about Europe, we discussed about Japan, and now we are discussing about India. So we can understand how the print created a great revolution, a great impact in Indian society also. Thank you so much for listening.